Forecaster Stephen Boyle. I want to go as quick as possible here. It's about 2 o'clock on this Sunday morning, March 1st. Happy March, everybody. It is the first day of meteorological spring. Lots of snow on the way. I would even go as far as saying this is our potential last snowstorm. Okay. But I'll save that for another day on why I think that. But in any case, let me just let's briefly show you what's going on as far as our satellite data. Notice you have all of these clouds in here. This is our actual surface low right in here, centered somewhere in here. And then you have all of excuse me, you have all of this up in here. Okay, so you have 1 and then you have number 2. 2 is going to steer number 1 and keep it from going out to sea. Okay, and not only that, we have our jet stream somewhere in like this. Our 2 is going to interact with the jet stream, allowing more energy to stream into the surface low. Okay, and that's also going to intensify the storm. All right. So here is what's happening right now. This upper level low is starting to deepen. Okay, right in here, and this is going to come down. All right. So notice it's deepening even more, and it's starting to come down. You can clearly see where our jet stream is. Notice how you see this like stream of energy right coming up like this. That's our jet stream. This is our upper level low. Notice how there's a space between the upper level low and the jet stream. This is this afternoon. If this were to stay as it is right here, we would not be talking about over 4 inches of snow here in southern New England. We would be talking about probably 2 to 4 inches, 1 to 3 inches, somewhere in that range. Okay, but watch what happens as we head into the evening this evening. Look at how close that upper level low gets to the jet stream. So here's your jet stream. It's streaming across like this. What's happening here is the upper level low is actually interacting excuse me, with the jet stream. Therefore, what's going to also happen is because your upper level low has energy, there's more energy in your jet stream. Therefore, what happens is at this time you have your actual surface low right in here. It's just going to stream more energy into the actual low. Okay, that's how this upper level low is going to strengthen the low that we're going to be contending with here in southern New England. Okay, not only that, there's a lot going on at this point. The storm is also starting to enter into the ocean. Okay, it's starting to exit lands and starting to enter in exit offshore. What's happening is ocean has a lot of moisture, and that's also going to enhance the storm as well. What's also happening is you've got some warm air coming in from the south. You've got cold air coming in from the north. This is also creating lift. Okay? So, there's a lot happening. So the storm is going to strengthen. All right. This is not going to be the most intense strengthening storm that we've ever seen, but it's going to strengthen enough to give us a lot of snow. But the storm is moving very fast. Okay. So this is what's happening this afternoon. Look at, okay, if this were to just continue like this, okay, or like this because it's moving like that, we'd be talking about this light green area. This is about 0.1 to 0.3 inches of water. So we'd be generally talking about 1 to 3 inches, 2 to 4 inches of snow. Because I would just continue to move like that, and, you know, we wouldn't be talking about much. Okay? And remember, this is the same hour when there's no interaction. There is no interaction between the upper level low and the jet stream. There's a space. You see that space? Okay? So that's why I said, if this were to just continue like this, and that northern upper level low were just to continue to the north, not come any further south, this would just be 1 to 3 inches, 2 to 4 inches, something like that. But that's not happening, because watch what happens. It blows up. Okay? Your storm system blows up, and you start seeing, so our low is right in here. It's starting to exit offshore. Not only that, your upper level low is starting to interact with the jet stream, so there's energy streaming into the surface low at this point. So that's why you have this. That's why the storm is starting to blow up. Not only that, you have cold air streaming in from the north. You have some warmer air streaming in from the south. Where those two meet, you have lift. Isentropic lift, and that creates more precipitation. Watch what happens. This is when the interaction is complete. This is when the storm is completely offshore. It blows up. Major snows. It is majorly snowing along and south of the Mass Pike. Major snows. Little bit of a tricky forecast. Connecticut shoreline, Rhode Island coast, and also Cape Cod. Could be a little bit more warmer air. We could be talking about some mixing or some sleet or even some rain in some areas. So be watching out for that. Watch what happens though as we head into the when we wake up Monday morning. It's offshore, completely offshore. Look at how it's snowing somewhat lightly in the Boston area. It's snowing moderate to heavily on the Cape, but look at central and western Massachusetts and most of Connecticut. It's dry. You're done. And watch what happens. This is by the afternoon on Monday. We're all clear. Never even knew there was a storm. There's probably even some peaks of sunshine. So this is what the National Weather Service out of Taunton is looking at. Widespread 4 to 6 inches is a very good bet. This is my minimum snowfall totals. I have a 90% confidence that this is going to happen. Widespread 4 to 6 inches. Generally from Hartford, Providence, on up to the Auburn area, on up into the Springfield area. I think along in south, or generally south of Route 9 is where you're going to get your highest snowfall totals. Okay, so let me take south of this line. This is your 6-inch line. Your 3 or your so this is your 6 inches. Your 3-inch line is right here. Route 2 is your 3-inch line. This is your 3-inch line. So in between these two, this is 3 to 6. Up in here, this is your, I would say this is your 1-inch line. So right in here, you're talking 1 to 3, 3 to 6, and then, you know, your 6-inch line comes back and around like so. Okay. And then this comes back and around like this. So this is 3. and then this comes back and around like this. That's what it's looking like. I'm pretty confident about this. There could be like an 8 right in here. This would be like 8. If I were to have to do an 8, it would be like right there. But there wouldn't be a 10. It would be like, this would be like 8 to 9. Okay. But overall, I'm thinking like if you live in this region right in here, this is about 5 to 7 with locally 9 inches. Okay. This is the absolute max, and you're like, oh my god, 8 to 12. No foots. Sorry about that. No foots, no 10s, no 11s. This would be like 8 to 9. 8 to 9. The only reason why this is like a 10% chance of happening is because along and north of this line, this is not going to happen. Also, once you go like west, or excuse me, east of this line, this is also not going to happen. 4 to 6 further up the Cape, not going to happen. Okay? But right in here, I'd say this is about maybe between a 20 to 30% chance, depending on your location. This is about a 20 to 30% chance. But up in here, this is like 1, and this is like 1. Okay? That's why I have it at about a 10% chance. This in here is about a 20 to 30. But even still, I wouldn't expect 8 or 9 inches. Do not expect 8 or 9 inches. I would say that that's the absolute max. I would expect about 5 to 7 in this area, right in here. So that includes, you have Braintree, you have Auburn, you have Springfield, you have Hartford, you have Providence. I would include Plymouth in that. I would include Taunton in that. I would include Foxborough, and I would include, like I said, Providence, most of central Rhode Island. I would include Waterbury in that. I would also include Norwich in that. Norwich, Connecticut. Okay? Once you get south of those areas, it starts getting a little tricky because, again, you start dealing with some mixing going on. Okay? We're going to have to watch out for the mixing. Is it possible that mixing line could go a little bit further north? Yes. Is it possible it could go further south? Absolutely. But those very specific details you can't really know until it actually happens. But this is what I'm expecting. All right. Any questions, comments? Comment below. And that's what's happening. All right. Very fast and furious storm. Okay. Very fast and furious. Have a great rest of your weekend, and get those shovels and snow blowers ready again. Take care.